So let's have a look at the tools used in ilabs for web application hacking module. So it starts with reconnaissance using nmap. Nmap dash T capital T4 dash A moviescope.com. This gives a server name, version, operating system, etc. Telnet moviescope.com, and then get http 1.0. This also is used to get the information like server used and other technical information. So content type, last modified, acceptable ranges, e tag, server, x powered by ASP.NET. Then nslookup moviescope.com to get DNS server IP. Whatweb moviescope.com you can also give where whatweb minus v moviescope.com. Here also, even whatweb also gave some information like the technology used, which is ASP.NET, ASP underscore net, country, HTTP server, the IP address, meta author, then expowered by ASP.NET. What web minus minus log minus verbose is equal to moviescope report moviescope.com for verbose output, and then perform web spidering using OWASP zap. So this is next this is next lab. So this we can get it after clicking on the automated scan in the OWASP zap. So after the OWASP performs the scanning of the target website, we can go to the spider tab and spider tab to look at the web spidering information. The URLs tab contains various links of hidden content and functionality associated with the target website. So you can navigate to message tab under spider tab to view more detailed information regarding the URLs obtained while performing the web spidering. Then next lab is detecting load balancers using various tools like host, dig. So dig, we just have to type dig yahoo.com. So and then it shows the load balancing detectors. Dig can also be used to query the DNS name servers. So attackers use dig command on Linux-based system to query the DNS name servers and retrieve information about the targeted host address, name servers, mail exchanges, etc. So the command is dig ns the target domain. After getting the name servers, attackers use one of the name servers to test whether the target DNS allows zone transfer. They can use the command dig at the name server and then target domain AXFR. So next tool used to detect load balancers are LBD yahoo.com. So then next is identify web server directories. So here we will use nmap and gobuster tool. So nmap minus s capital V minus script is equal to http enum. So and then the tool gobuster, just have to type gobuster dir dash u target website dash w um, and then press W the file name, command.txt, and press enter. dir, the option dir uses directory or file brute forcing mode. Minus u specifies the target URL, and minus w is the word list file used for the directory brute forcing. Here we are giving command.txt. This contains the word list file. So the GoBuster, after GoBuster, perform web application vulnerability scanning using Vega. And then next, clickjacking, identify clickjacking vulnerability using iframe. So we created a HTML page, iframe.html, for moviescope.com. The screenshot is shown. You can pause the video and look at the HTML file. Then the above first six exercises were for web application footprinting. Next set of lab exercises are for perform web application attacks. So we used brute force attack using burp suite, and then so here to in this lab we use target as a WordPress website. So on the burp suite we turned on the intercept, and the WordPress site we logged in, and the burp suite we can observe the packets that are intercepted. Observe that burp suite intercepted the entered login credentials. Right click anywhere on the HTTP request window, and from the context menu click send to intruder. Now click on the intruder tab from the toolbar and observe that under the intruder tab the target tab appears by default. So here we can perform the brute force. Then observe the target host and port values in the host and port fields. Click on the positions tab under the intruder tab and observe that burp suite sets the target positions by default. Click clear button from the left pane to clear the default payload values. So when we on the intruder tab, there will be some default payload selected by the burp suite. We can clear that and we can select our own payloads. So once after clearing the default payload values, select the cluster bomb from the attack type drop down list. So now we will set the username and password as the payload values. Once the username and password payloads are added, the symbol add will be added at the start and end of the selected payloads. Navigate to the payloads tab under the intruder tab and ensure that under the payload sets section, the payload set is selected as 1 and payload type is selected as simple list. Load the files username.txt and password.txt for username and password payload on the intruder tab payload options. Once the word list files are selected as payload values, click the start attack button to launch the attack. In the raw tab under the request tab, the HTTP request with a set of correct credentials is displayed. Next lab, perform parameter tampering using burp suite. In this lab, we logged into moviescope.com, intercepted on burp suite, and in proxy intercept params tab. By default, raw tab will be shown in the proxy intercept tab. So now we have to go to the params tab. It lists various parameters which can be tampered. So then we can change the values of some of the parameters and we can check. Next, exploit parameter tampering and XSS vulnerabilities in web applications. Perform cross-site request forgery attack on plugins of WordPress site. Active, active, active link me plugin. So enable Facebook in the choose which social network modules you want to enable for this site option under the administrator options section and click the save settings button. After adding Facebook to link me plugin in Facebook settings, under message settings enter the details Like what is the default message? So we entered this is a CH lab. A default link name is ch.com. Default caption is CH labs. And the parrot machines create a malicious HTML page which is shown here. You can pause the video and look at the HTML. Share this malicious HTML to victim. When the victim opens, he will be redirected to Facebook settings page of link.me plugin page. Observe that the field values have been changed, indicating a successful CSR of attack on the website. Then enumerate and hack web application using WP scan and Metasploit. In this task, we will perform multiple attacks on a vulnerable PHP website, that is WordPress website, in an attempt to gain sensitive information such as usernames and passwords. You will also learn how to use the WP scan to enumerate usernames on a WordPress website and how to crack passwords by performing dictionary attack using MSF auxiliary module. You will use the auxiliary module called WordPress login enum in MSF console to perform a dictionary attack using the password.txt file. The next lab, we attacked DVWA using command injection utility, which allows you to ping the target machine. Type host name in the enter an IP field and click submit. This command is used to probe the host name of the target machine. Type command whoami and click submit. The application displays user group and privilege information. Gain backdoor access via web shell using Weebly. So these are the different labs we did for web application.